What are your parents? Remember, like growing up, and you got like your first. Well, you had your Nintendo first. Likely, you might have had an Atari first, and then all of a sudden, you had a Nintendo, and then you got like a Genesis. And your parents are always like, "Quit playing that Nintendo," and you're like, "But Mom and Dad, it's called a Genesis. It's from Sega. It's completely different." I wonder if like parents nowadays with like shitty 14-year-old kids, if they call everything an Xbox.
They probably.
I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah. Or an iPad.
Or an iPad.
Everything's an iPad to them.
Well, I guess I should introduce us. Hey, Broxton. My name is Jared Epicpower, a.k.a. Young Humma, a.k.a. the Epicpower Extreme Nacho Dream, Yukiban 315. Over here on our left, we got Gage Riley, also known as Stalinsaurus, also known as Rage Riley, Rage Quit. And then up in the upper right-hand corner, we've got Young Hummer Starship, also known as Bankmaster, also known as the Grandmaster Flash Flash, and Transcending Pants. But when he writes for Epicpower Gaming, he is known as WAG 317. And where did WAG 317 come from? Was it just like available, or is that your birthday?
No, it's really stupid. It's from when I worked at Walgreens. So like the Walgreens stock signal was WAG, and then the store number is 317. That's the first store that I ever worked at. So it was one of those usernames that is just like it's so available that nobody uses it. So.
Oh yeah, here's your rejected wedding ideas thing. That's
Yeah.
It's been pretty.
That I haven't updated in forever.
Yeah. Dude, this is a pretty genius thing. If we type in Stalinsaurus, what happens?
Oh, God, I don't know.
Let's find out here.
I'm afraid, honestly.
Oh, Epicpower Gaming. I made this album on Imager. This has got to be pretty. Oh yeah, there's some nerd shit you made. That's your Horde Shield emblem.
Oh, hey, some of my apps to guilds, I'm sure, are somewhere in here. Stalinsaurus mixes on MySpace.
Everybody's got them MySpace mixes. You have to have those.
My Twitch Imager.
Nick, I was thinking about like our question area where we talk about 3 different questions. I had an idea. It's like, how about you and I we come up with 2 questions and we just ask Gage, so we teach him things about video games since he's a pleb.
Since he's a youngin'.
Yeah. Are you even PC Master Race? What are you?
Yeah, I'm PC Master Race. I play with you all the time.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were playing on like a TI-86 calculator.
I actually built my first computer like back in September. I mean, I've had a decent computer, but I was using like an old 8800. That's where that joke keeps coming from when I talk about the 8800. James sent it to me like 3 years ago, and that's what's been powering my video gaming for years and years. And I finally broke down. I said, I'm going to build a computer, and it's been a little while. But no, I've always rather to play on PC. But
now you're living the dream.
Yeah. Living the dream, the stream dream.
Okay, I got a question for you. Who made the Turbo Graphx 16?
Strong bad. I don't know.
Nick, you know this one, right?
NEC made the Turbo Graphx.
NEC, correct. What does NEC stand for?
Oh, I don't know.
Northeastern Conference.
That's probably correct. I think it's Nippon because Nippon is Japanese. That's the correct way to say Japan.
And Japanese.
Yeah, I'm thinking entertainment company or something like that. Stumped Gage. All right.
Yeah. I mean, my first console was like a Super. No, I had a Nintendo Entertainment System, but I never had like a Genesis or anything. I was too poor growing up.
Too poor. Yeah, I didn't have a Genesis. I sold candy bars to get a Nintendo. I sold like 1,000 candy bars.
It's called the Nippon Electric Company, by the way.
Nippon Electric Company.
Sweet. I was correct with one of the letters in the acronym. I'm impressed.
Made by a combination of Hudson Soft and NEC.
Right.
Hudson Soft. I know them. They got the B as the symbol, right?
Yep.
Yep, I know that.
They made a lot of games for that system. They made the one that I liked the most was the Jackie Chan game. I think it was called Jackie Chan's Adventure. And the colors it reminded me of Rayman, and Rayman didn't even come out yet. You know, I was playing this sweet Hudson Soft game.
Yeah, plus Bonk's Adventure also.
Oh, that's okay. Bonks, Earzonk. So there's what, 3 different bonks?
There's Bonk's Adventure, Bonk's Revenge,
Yeah.
and then Earzonk, which is the most expensive one.
I had Earzonk. It was awesome.
It's so expensive now. It actually came through to the game store a couple of weeks ago. It's really interesting to see.
Was it going for 60 or more?
Oh, more than 60.
Oh man, I wonder if
like-
they still have this.
Turbo Graphx like just skyrocketed. We barely keep any of them in stock, and like let's see, Earzonk loose $75,
Wow.
which isn't so bad. And a complete is $130. So that's actually a pretty decent price for a Turbo Graphx 16 game. And it's a good one too. Hudson Soft games are like stupid expensive.
I remember flying around as the cow, just shooting stuff out of his udders. Living the dream.
Push the run button.
Pushing it all the time. Nick, you got a dumb question off the top of your head to ask Stump Rage?
Dumb question. Okay, what? Sega made 2 handhelds. What are they?
The Engage, is that one of them?
Nope.
Oh. I don't know. I was never I never really played any Sega games other than Sonic and Knuckles on my friend's Genesis whenever I'd go to his house.
I got
That was in like kindergarten.
I got this answer. It was a Sega Game Gear, and it took like 8 batteries to power this thing, and it would last for like 30 minutes tops.
Yeah, like the Game Gear.
There's
and then you
Game
had
Gear
like
and the Sega
this
Nomad.
puppy, Sega Nomad. This
Yeah,
puppy
baby.
right here.
Look at that thing.
It's like gigantic. It fit a whole Sega Genesis game. You can play Genesis portable, and you can also plug in a controller over here
Oh, I didn't know that.
and set it up to your TV, so you can play it on your TV with the second player.
Damn.
This thing is like way ahead of its time.
Hold
I mean,
on,
it
put
has
that
like a
back on the
DC.
screen. I made it bigger.
So like this thing right here.
Look at how posh that is. Look at the screen is offset. It's not even in the center of it.
Yeah, it's weird because like anytime that you play it and everything like that, it's like the joystick is all crazy and stuff. Let me see if I got like a bottle cap for scale. Like it's pretty big. It's
Yeah.
pretty
It's a
chunky.
monster.
Yeah,
That's
and it's got like this big battery pack on the back, which is like you're lucky if you find a Nomad with the battery pack, because like the battery pack is actually pretty rare now.
I've never seen the battery pack.
It's like finding
Yeah,
a Game
this
Boy
is-
Advance that has the battery cover on it.
Well, this, yeah, like the Game Boy Advance ones, you can actually find them on eBay now. Like, there's like a lot of Chinese manufacturers that just, they just sell all this generic stuff. So,
Nick, I don't know if you have the Twitch stream up so you can see the feed, but I've got a photo of one with the 32X and Space Harrier being played through it. So it's just like this beautiful dumpster.
yeah, like, it's crazy. Like,
What was your first handheld, Gage?
My first handheld was I mean, I had an original Game Boy. I had
Yeah, girl.
I don't even remember what I had. Was Pit a game or no? It was Kid Icarus.
Mm-hmm.
I had Kid Icarus and Mario and stuff.
for what, Nintendo?
Yeah, Nintendo Game Boy, the old big one. But I only had it
for
very shortly.
NES.
Oh, I cannot connect to chat. What's wrong with it?
What's wrong with you, Chad? Who's Chad?
There you go. I only had one Super Nintendo game, and it was the collection of the Marios, and it had Duck Hunt on it.
Oh, Mario. Oh, yeah.
Super Mario All-Stars, but that didn't have Duck Hunt, though.
It didn't? Then maybe I had... No, that wasn't even... I don't know, I had Duck Hunt. I don't remember, because I lost my Super Nintendo when I was in the first grade, because it got stolen. I got an N64. That's how young I am. N64 came out when I was like 5.
So now I got a question for you. How much do you love the Nintendo 64?
The Nintendo 64? I like the Nintendo 64. A lot of people were like, oh, it didn't really have that many good games, but I don't know. That was my childhood, so I had a good time with it.
Yeah.
I liked it as much as the Nintendo 64 kid.
Yeah, there's the whole thing is like Nintendo 64 didn't really have too many great games. I think I have like all of them in my little Nintendo 64 drawer that I found at a thrift stop for like $3. And so like I got like 20 games, and like I don't know, like people would go crazy over these games. Like the where is it? I put it away. Like, my collection's gotten kind of overgrown, so I put it away, but I had, like, Conker's Bad Fur Day. And that's, like, a game that people just go crazy for.
Yeah, there was maybe, like, 20 or, if that many, good games, and whenever I sold all my games when I got a GameCube, I kept, like, you know, Mario 64 and GoldenEye and a few of them, but, there was... a small selection that were any decent, and they were so expensive too. Like $70, I remember, is how much. What was it? One of the ones I got was, and they're not even that expensive now. That's insane.
Dude, that Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo World Edition. It was a red cartridge. That was insanely priced for Super NES. And then there was like a Final Fantasy game that was very expensive because it had more RAM.
More
RAM. Taste it in your loins.
Yeah, and then like the expansion pack, that's another thing that's pretty hard to come by as well. It's crazy. Like I'll find like a couple at Goodwills, and like I found a Nintendo 64 the other day, and it was like $15, and somebody had janked the jump pack out of it, so it doesn't even work without it. But I was able to like put a pack in there just to test it, and it does work. So
wow.
Yeah, they're pretty resilient.
They are. I got like 3 or 4 of them lying around.
Nintendo 64s?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are about like $70 a piece.
Seriously?
Yep.
Oh shoot! I need to go sell those things.
Yeah, they need the controllers though.
I got I got 2 controllers with perfect sticks. They haven't been. No one's played Mario Party or Super Mario 64 on them yet.
So if you guys are wondering, Nick is a resident, what would you call, collectible gamer.
Yeah, I'm one of those game collecting nerds.
Expert. Whereas I am more up to date on really nothing anymore. I'm just like skate or dying 24/7.
Skate or die.
Yeah. And Gage, what do you consider yourself, Gage?
I don't know, man. God, I'm the young one, so I got that, I guess.
Yeah, all the lore that you know came out in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
You just got to remember to know your lore.
Know your lore, man.
Yeah. So here's how we actually met. Nick and I, we've been friends for a long time. We met in real life before WoW, right? Or after WoW?
It's weird. Like we met through. I sold you my mini disc player. That's how we initially met, and then like we kind of like met on and off, like because you were playing your band and everything like that, and then we started playing WoW and stuff, and that's when we really started to be friends.
Yeah, and then we met Gage through WoW. How did you show up to our guild? Was it the new Huxtables that you joined, or was it something different?
It was it was Climax in Wrath of the Lich King. I was like a sophomore. I was a junior in high school, and I was just looking for a raiding guild, and I applied. In fact, my application's probably still on PvP Champs forums, wherever Bill's archived them.
I forgot we had applications. God, you must have made it in because you were good at trolling.
Oh, no, there was like a raid, and it was just me, Megaphone, and Clowns, and rogues were really glitched at the time. I wouldn't say glitched. There's just a lot of bugs you could abuse, and I was doing better than Megaphone or Clowns, so I guess I got in, and then it went from there. The magic happened.
There's a guy in the chat right now, Johnny Thislam. I met him through Chill Bros and Dick Bumpin'.
What are those?
Yeah. Get that ugly girl out of the stream. Her and her ugly red couch. That's my ugly red couch. And am I the girl that you're talking about? That's great.
You got the longest hair, Jared, so I guess it is.
Yeah, people think I'm a girl from behind. They're like, come up and they're like, yeah, this is a tasty treat. And then I'm like, can I help you?
They're like, oh, God.
So, dude, here's what I want to separate it down. I want to separate it down to, oh, yeah, sweet squirrel on my phone. Phone tablet games, and what phone tablet game are you playing right now? Like, what's been keeping your fancy this week?
Oh, let's see. Man, I don't know. Phone games drive me crazy sometimes. Because I got a new phone. Like, I was playing Knights of Pen and Paper a lot, like last year, and I got a new phone, and all my data got erased, which was really depressing. So I just stopped playing it.
That sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of crazy apps, but they're all like copies of Minecraft and Call of Duty. So you got to wade through mounds of shit to get to anything decent.
Yeah, it's easy for me. I have Windows Phone, so I only have like 5 games. So.
What game are you playing then?
Well, I downloaded Age of Empires, and that was fun for a little bit. And then it's Castle Siege, so that was fun. But I really like playing Rayman Fiesta, and that's a really fun game. It's just it's an endless runner, but it's side scrolling. So that's pretty neat.
So we got a representative for each phone brand here. Windows, Android, and iOS.
Yeah, Rayman Fiesta run $2.99, 4.5 stars, 378 reviews.
Yeah, I think I got it for really cheap though, because every so often you got to watch, because Windows Phone games are just like incredibly freaking expensive. I think Angry Birds was like $7 or something like that for the longest time.
Yeah, developers realized that they weren't going to drive the sort of volume that they do from Android and iOS, so they hiked up the price to make it worthwhile for them to develop for it.
See, I mean, the top paid games on here are Minecraft, Trivia Crack, Limbo, which was really good, Five Nights at Freddy's. I never played one of those, but that's every other video on YouTube. If you want to get to the front page of YouTube for gaming, it's got to be Five Nights at Freddy's, Minecraft, or trolling in Call of Duty, or Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Scribblenauts. Scribblenauts is great. I should download that.
Yeah, Scribblenauts, that was made by one of my friend's studios for Warner Brothers. And Limbo, I met those guys right when the game came out in Japan at the Tokyo Game Show, and they were jerks. They weren't friendly to be around. And Notch with Minecraft, him and his partner just rock starring it on both platforms.
Yeah, Minecraft is. I heard a kid today I was in the bathroom at work, and I don't remember what I heard that kid say, but he said something about. I mean, he must have been like 3 or 4, and he was talking about something in Minecraft about mining like adamantite or diamond or something. I think, it's pretty interesting because while Minecraft to me, I'm not creative enough, but it's neat that it gives little kids maybe an easy access to playing a game and kind of getting it. I don't know. Video games, they always said, they rot your mind, but I don't know. Minecraft might not.
It'll rot your mind. Look at, we're broken. What are you talking about, Johnny? I want Ronda Rousey to arm my bar. Whoa. 32 comics for $1. Upload them to Google.
I sure wish I could read the chat.
One day you'll be able to. I want to see. So this game that I've been playing is called Patch Mania, and it looks like it isn't available for Android. If it's available for iPhone, I'll do a jump kick. Nope. It says how to results.
How to?
It's this cool game about this bunny, and you eat carrots to get them in a hole, but then there's another bunny that joins the frame. And right now I'm on the screen with 3 different bunnies. That's how far I've gotten, and it's free to play. Who is it made by? By Little Details LLC. There goes a wild krill dog. Just walked by.
It looks like some kind of line drawing game.
Yeah, it is sort of like that. But man, things with bunnies are awesome. Look how cranky this old man is. He's just so angry at the world.
Old man Hilton.
Yeah. My whole eating days are behind me. That's a diet that I go on. I only eat the donut holes. I don't eat the donut itself. So
I've never had it. Oh.
Well, the donut, you know how like the donut's circular and the hole,
Yeah.
you just take it and you're like, and then you just throw away the rest of the donut because there's nothing there. So it's empty calories.
Oh, I don't know if that's how that works, but that sounds like some wishful thinking.
I don't know if that's how that works. So what console games or PC games are you guys playing right now?
Heroes of the Storm. I bought the Borderlands collection for PS4 the other day because I love Borderlands. It's been one of my favorite series for a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm having a lot of fun with that.
Gotta stay on the border.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't know. It's there was Dying Light not too long ago. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff.
What game are you playing, Krill Dog?
Pillars of Eternity.
Pillars of Eternity is what the Krill Dog's playing. That's the flavor of the week right now.
That's what I heard.
And the flavor of the week on Twitch, what is it called, Shannon? Reign of Kings?
Reign of Kings.
Yeah, Reign of Kings.
And it's the Warships game.
It's a Rust type game. So all the streamers are playing that and all the nerds are going crazy. It's basically Rust in medieval settings. So you become a knight and you just go and stab your friends.
Just like H1Z1.
Yeah, H1Z1. We got to get back on that. That's besides Heroes of the Storm. That's the other game I've been playing. I'm waiting for Shannon to finish Shadows of Mordor because we think the game only has one save for the PS3, and I don't want to fuck up her game. Like ruin it.
You can switch profiles.
That was one of the first games I got when I built my PC right when it came out.
Yeah.
That was a really good one. I had a lot of fun with that.
It runs extremely choppy on the PS3. Like it looks like it's moving at 15 frames per second, unfortunately. What are you playing, Starship?
Right now, I've been playing Super Nintendo games because I just got that Sony Trinitron, so I've been making it so that I can actually beat my Super Nintendo library. But the most recent PC game that I bought was the Elder Scrolls Anthology for Black Friday deal. So I got that for $15, which is a heck of a deal for all those games.
I get to go back and play Morrowind. Man, I need to do that.
I tried to get in the Elder Scrolls with the 360 one, and I just couldn't do it. So I was like, maybe I'll try this other new one that came out 2 years ago. Nope.
Skyrim? Yeah.
It's 5 years ago.
That's the first one that I actually got into.
I tried so hard. I'm one of those weird creatures that when I sit down to play a video game, I want to play with other people. That's why I like Heroes of the Storm, because then I can play with some goofball friends, or H1Z1.
Yeah, it's quick and easy, and you get killed by the Stig.
Yeah. Oh my. Nick, did you hear this story about the Stig?
For what? Top Gear?
H1Z1. The Stig is in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we're playing.
Yeah.
I'm playing Rage I'm playing with my friend Russ, and Rage downloads the game. He's like, I'll get this because Jared's got it, and I can play with him. And I was like, yeah, that's what I want to hear. And so we started playing this game with my buddy Russ, and everything was awesome. And then Rage injected himself with a needle, and he ended up getting the virus. So he was on a death clock, just going down. And so Russ and I are like, all right, the new mission is we got to save Rage, and then we'll find a car. So we had to find the cure, followed by the car. But we find a car first. And then this cool dude comes over and he's talking to us. He's like, hey, I'm waiting for my cousin. You guys need fuel? And we're like, yeah, we need some fuel. And he gave us like 2 canisters of fuel that he crafted by himself. Like it requires all these dumb materials and crap. And he hands them to us. Then all of a sudden, Russ just shoots him in the neck. And the guy's yelling at us. He's like, why'd you do that? I was being friendly. Russ is like, I can't trust you. I'm like, Russ, how can you not trust him? He gave us fuel. And then all of a sudden, I backed up the Jeep, and the Stig comes around the corner and shot Rage in the head. So I had to get out of the car to move to the driver's side, and then the Stig just shoots me in the head. We had the world at our fingertips. We had all these guns, all this fuel. We could have gone to Mexico, but
Threw it away.
Russ threw it away for us. He is the anarchy card.
And I mean, that's really the story of anytime you play that game is just when you start, you're like, yeah, I got a car and a nice gun and a backpack. And then you're like, sweet. So you're just looting, eating beans out of trash cans. And then suddenly you're on the ground. Like, well, I guess I'm dead now. So
just eating beans out of trash. I like eating burritos.
Spend 30 minutes trying to find each other on the map.
Oh man, that was the last time I played the game. I got so disgusted by it. Rage and I were playing. I gave a guy a backpack because they're sort of rare. And the dude's like, "Sweet, thanks." And we're talking. Next thing you know, I just get sniped in the head. And we were like, "Did that guy just snipe me in the head? Should I have not have tempted karma by giving this guy something else?" Because we were going along. We were playing 2 hours and we didn't die. We were hiding from dudes.
We were rocking
Yeah.
it.
That's like one of those games that I feel incredibly old because I just don't get it. I don't know. I don't think I've been too much of a PC gamer. So a lot of games I've just missed because once I quit WoW, I pretty much ditched the PC and just left. So there's a lot of stuff that I've just missed. I still come up and people are like, "Oh, did you check out these Steam sales?" And I was like, "Oh, I thought Steam was terrible." And they're like, "No, that was 10 years ago. Where have you been?" It's like, so,
Yeah,
so I don't know.
it's really dumb. The fact that the game is out is a mystery, and people are buying it, like myself, because it's an alpha, and it goes back to that idea of pre-ordering games. You pre-order it, and you're like, oh yeah, $60, and I got a free virtual bikini, and I got some pasta shaped like guns in the game. And then you get home and you play this thing after you pre-ordered it half a year ago, and it's just buggy. Day one, it deletes all your game saves from your other games, and you're just like, what am I doing with myself? Why did I do this? But we just continue to do it. I've made a rule where I won't buy a new game now unless it's 3 to 6 months after it came out, because you're going to get it cheaper, and it's not going to be buggy. It's going to be fixed.
Just like
Yeah.
Destiny.
Oh, it's just if Tony Stark was making the games, they would be right from day one because he's got Jarvis to do his Q&A.
Yeah. There's some stuff that's I'll get as soon as it comes out, but lately I'm just no. I'll wait. I don't need to play any of these games.
Yeah, that's the thing is I have such a gigantic backlog that it's now gotten to the point where I can't really justify buying more games until I start actually playing them. And that's kind of the thing that burnt me out of collecting as a whole is you're constantly collecting these games, and I got some really crazy games. I got this Resident Evil Premium Edition
Yeah.
that has like this crazy stuff. I'm like, I've never even played this game. It's like, you know, I mean, I didn't pay too much for it. I paid like $4 for it. So,
Oh, that's awesome though.
but
good
it's
game.
like so many games that I have that, you know, it's just they've just been adding to my collection, and I haven't even like been able to play them and stuff. And some games like I buy just because like they're supposedly rare, and I don't even like them. I'm like, this game is terrible. Like, what was I thinking? Is like, oh, it's because some nerds on the internet said that it was going to be rare and worth money, and that's kind of like thing. Is like if you're a lot of game collectors, like they're buying it as like a retirement fund, and those are the people that are going to be like sorely mistaken once like nobody wants video games anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
digital.
Well, I looked at opening a video game store, I think 8 years ago now, and I asked the question. It was a franchise called what the hell were they called? Play and Trade. Oh, Human Skin Jackets. Are you talking about the most important game ever made? What Bum Skinner? So me, my friend, that might be him in the channel. I'm not sure. There was he had this idea for this game called Bumskins, and the idea was you just sort of raise bums and you rub stuff on their skin or feed them certain things. So if you like rub tar on their skins,
What is burning?
yeah, what is burning? Maybe there's tar on skins here.
Jared's house is burning down.
Smells like.
He's gone. Yeah.
Oh, this lamp might have been the culprit. No, it doesn't smell bad. I don't know what's
Smells
going.
like food burning, Jared.
Just start sniffing stuff in your house.
I don't see anything on over here, Shay. That's the tough thing about sniffing, cause Jason microwave burritos.
No.
That's probably it.
This.
Like anything like Hot Pockets or something like that just smells like just awful.
but it's like if you and then you had you skin the bums and you put them on your own skin inside the video game.
That's an interesting concept there. I don't think I've ever heard that one before.
It's just greasy. I'm not gassy. I'm greasy. I didn't take a shower yet today. I've just been running around like crazy.
Well, I mean, it's April Fool's Day, so it's understandable.
Yeah, man. Did you guys get fooled by anything on the internet? I sure did.
Yeah,
I almost did. Nick here almost. I saw it and I was like, I started telling my boss. I was like, oh man, a friend of mine on the internet, he just bought a house and he went there and it burned down. I said, oh, never mind. I'm retarded.
That's what got me too, dude. I saw it last night. Nick's like, "This is my new house," and I was like, "Way to go, Starship!" Yeah. And then he's like, "I went to take photos of the house and it was burnt down." I told him, I'm like, "You got to pee on the house to make it yours. Otherwise, it's not yours." If you would have been there, you could have peed out the fire.
yeah. Like I've been debating on like what type of April Fool's joke, because like I like playing pranks and stuff, and like I started a new job last year, so I'm not quite I don't really like playing pranks at work because like anything can go different ways with PC people, and you say the wrong thing and gets like out of hand and stuff. So like usually I just play pranks on Facebook. Last year I made a fake tweet that said that Weird Al Yankovic had said that he would officiate my wedding, and that was pretty good. Like that got people a lot. My sister, like I got her pretty good. She
Wait,
she was
that
sharing
was
it
fake?
all over the place. Yeah, that was fake. Like I made like a fake Twitter thing.
I'm just learning now. I thought this was a real thing.
No, I thought I said like the next day, like because I pull all my pranks on the 31st, so like that's one of the things.
Clever.
Is like, and I had Laura post the prank to this time because I told her, I was like, it'd be funny if we just bought a house.
Maybe
and said
that's
that
why
we
I
did.
believed it.
Yeah, because that was the thing. It's like nobody believes me anymore. Like I could be like, seriously, my house is on fire, and I'd be like, nah, you're just making it up. So yeah, like so she posted it, and so a lot of people like were just going bonkers, and like her sisters texted her and stuff like that, and they were like really mad that they didn't tell she didn't tell her that they bought a house and everything. So we had to like make sure that we texted her mom to make sure that she knew it was a joke. And then we're like, okay, like now what do we do? Because we can't just be like, haha, April Fools, we didn't buy a house. Like, we got to make like outlandish things. So I was like, you know what? Let's say tomorrow that it burned down. And it's like, you know, because that would be like the ultimate like bad luck Brian right there. It's like, you know, buys a house and then it burns down the next day before they even have a chance to like even do anything with it.
That would be pretty tough. I'd be pretty sad about
It's
that.
like, well, what would happen? I mean, like, you don't have homeowners insurance yet, and there's all this other stuff that goes into it.
I don't know. That's a good question. When I bought my house back in June, there was a huge flood here in Pensacola, like biggest flood in like 150 years or something. And it was the day before a home inspection. I was like, that's perfect timing, because if the house is floating away, then I don't have to buy it.
Shannon wants you guys to beware of the Ewoks. I'm not sure if that means she's going to start throwing Ewoks at me, or if they're in the internet. You can tell we are together. Well, dude, I didn't mean to interrupt your story. Was it over?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was over.
Okay, good. Because here's what I want to talk about. Here's the thing I wish was real. It's called the Moto Selfie Stick. Motorola sent an email out, if you're on their email list, with like the headline Moto Selfie Stick, and it was a handcrafted selfie stick that they were going to sell.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, and the video for it, I'm playing it right now for the stream. It is
A selfie stick is a
beautiful
branch of
apples,
self-expression.
music, just soft piano. And
To take
selfie
such a
stick,
raw form
such
and
a
craft it
branch of
into
that
one of the most practical and useful accessories around.
I like
It's like when the
ThinkGeek's
sun turns
April
the
Fool's
rain
jokes. Those are always good. I mean, you
I
know
didn't
that they're
look
fake
at
right
those
off
this
the
year.
bat, but they're so creative. This time, like the best one on there was Game of Thrones Clue.
Oh,
It's like
Oh, yeah.
45 people, like characters to play, and like all these different weapons. And, like you show like the person's hand deck, and it's essentially like 50 cards in there. Like this is a ridiculous game of Clue.
dude.
Be right back.
Is this Power Wheels Desert Drifters a real thing?
No, like everything on that front page is like is all fake. And the cool thing about ThinkGeek though is that they make these outlandish products, but they actually, some of them do go to sale. Like actually, they do go to market. The first one that they did was called the Tauntaun sleeping bag,
Yeah, I agree.
and so like people were just going nuts over that. They're like, "Oh man, I totally buy that!" Like their thing, and 6 months later, it was for sale for $100. And the iCade too, like the that little arcade cabinet that you can slip your iPad into.
Yeah.
That was an April Fool's joke also.
Was it?
Yep.
Huh.
This steam-powered gaming console is amazing.
I
Yeah,
like
that
it.
looks pretty cool.
I'd buy that.
Look at the science inside of there.
Little bitty flame.
That's just crazy. I like that. But yeah, like ThinkGeek, I think comes out with the best ones. There's other companies that try to come close. I think Asus released theirs, and it was like a really old computer ad that was making it look like the Rage and everything like that at the time. It was the cinematic feel. It was an eStation 720 with 24 FPS, 720p resolution for $37.99. It's like, do you hate?
Deal.
Yeah, everything else is just a toy. Do you hate gaming on dizzying 144 hertz refresh rates? Tired of adjusting your resolution from 1080p all the way up to 4K? Are you sick and tired of installing a brand new GPU every time you want to upgrade? If so, the Asus eStation 720 FPS for vivid cinematic visuals, 5 gigabyte non-replaceable hard drive, full region locked DRM control on all your games.
Gotta keep that DRM.
Yeah, that DRM's important. It's really revolutionized gaming.
Oh yeah, you guys probably heard my hangout noise. It was my buddy John the White Leprechaun.
John the White Leopard.
I don't know what his Steam name is, but or his Twitch name. I just call him John the White Leprechaun.
I wouldn't know. I still can't see the chat for some reason. It's really frustrating.
That's what happens when you don't brush your teeth twice a day.
Twice? Who's got time for that?
Dentists. 4 out of 5 dentists.
4 out of 5 dentists.
So, what do you guys think is going to come up here at E3? E3 is coming up in June. What should we predict now to see?
I only care about one thing, and it's whatever Bethesda has to say about either Fallout or I hope it's not Dishonored 2. I don't know who's hyped about that, but I'm not. But
Well,
Fallout 4.
Everything that like I was predicting, like I made like an actual list like back in January of stuff that I wanted to see at E3, and all of it's just starting to like just fall apart. I was expecting Zelda Wii U to be an official release date in November with like some weird like special edition that was going to be announced. I'm still expecting like something from Rare. There's
New Banjo-Kazooie.
There's got to be like a new Banjo or a new Battletoads. There's got to be something like that. Like
That'd be interesting.
Shovel Knight has they announced that they were having some Battletoads DLC or something like that in there. So, but so like from Nintendo, like I was expecting maybe like they were gonna announce. They're definitely gonna talk about their new console. So we'll see if it's like if they'll even like let out if it's going to be a handheld or an actual at-home console. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, everybody cares about Heroes of the Storm. They're probably just going to announce like another character, and everybody will get hype, and then Gage will go and buy it for $18 the day it comes out, right?
I'll buy it for $200. No, I'm just kidding. A lot of people, off topic a little bit. A lot of people like, especially with League of Legends, they do. Oh, you spent $15 on this thing every month and a half, and I say, like, I support the developers. I want to support Blizzard. They've made a good game, and I don't feel bad giving them money.
Mm-hmm.
They can have my $15 if it means to keep making a quality product, because I was pretty happy with Heroes of the Storm, and I still am. I think they've done a great job with it.
Curlton thinks Overwatch is going to get more action than Heroes will ever get.
I don't know about that, but I think Overwatch is going to be another Team Fortress 2, but I haven't really done much research on it, so I don't know.
What's that game that Epic or Unreal has been putting together for a very long time that takes place in a neighborhood? It's got a sort of cartoony vibe to it. Man, I saw a trailer so long ago before the trailer was even out. We had a guy from Epic come and speak at a video game event in Chicago. Epic.
Yeah.
Let's see what they got on their website.
Fortnite.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
It looks pretty cool. Oh, there's an alpha sign up now. I'm gonna have to get on this alpha.
Let's do it. Let's sign up for it right here.
Yeah.
I signed up for when Rock Band 4 goes into pre-order yesterday.
Nice.
Rock Band 4 is killing my reselling of Guitar Hero stuff. Like, it's just all sitting in my basement now. Like, it sucks.
It's funny how it's cyclical. When was the last when did Rock Band 3 come out?
It's been 4 years. No, it's been more than that. It's been almost 5 years. Because I was playing it when I first moved out of my parents' house, and that was when I was 18. I'm 23 now, so.
Yeah. It's been a long time.
Looks like it came out October 26, 2010.
Yeah. 4.5 years.
And I remember seeing something, the Rock Band sales charts. Somebody made a post about that.
I don't know.
And
It was good.
It just showed how quickly the genre decreased. Like they pumped out a lot of content because you had Beatles, Rock Band, you had the DS version that came with that weird pick thing. Green Day, Metallica, right?
Yeah, they had a Metallica, Green Day, Aerosmith. There's a few others. It did. It died as quick as it got popular. It's really crazy. I don't know.
AC/DC.
It was always cool with us because me and all my friends, I mean, we were huge into rhythm games. We all played like Beatmania and 2DX and DDR and Pump It Up and stuff. So it let us live out our rock star dreams.
Yeah, I've been going to this thing called San Francisco Game Night, SF Game Night. You guys might have seen me posting about it. And it's by my friend's company called Showdown.gg. And they have a rock band set up that has every song possible. And it has the keyboard, the professional drum set, decent guitars, and 2 mics. And it is always very popular. And Skate All Day, young Tom Selleck, whenever I take him there, he always wants to play it. He's like, "Hey, Jared, let's go play this rock band. I'm young Tom Selleck, and I got a mustache." And so we go and we play it.
Man, if I was in Chicago, oh, you're not Chicago, whatever fucking town you live in, I'd definitely be there, man. I love doing all that.
Man, I really want to oh, wait, this might be the Rock Band 2 nears 2 million, franchise ships 10 million. That is a lot of video games.
2 million or 10 million? Both of them, I guess.
Yeah, for a franchise. I don't know. I'll find this and I'll repost it on the site because it was cool when I saw it. It was just like sales for Rock Band 2 is just crazy, and it's like 3. And they're like, what happened? It's like, it was just too much content. And the genre died, and now everybody's, it's like 4 years later, all those people that were in high school playing it, or even us who were in college playing it, are like, oh, this is fun again.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing that I've noticed in, like, video game collecting and everything like that, is that usually and everything like that, and then you go to college and your parents throw away whatever crap you had laying around the house. So then now, like, they now have a disposable income, so now they gotta go and buy it all back. So that's like what comes in, like, it just like shoots up in popularity. That's why so I mean, like, I was able to buy I found Rock Band 3 in the thrift store for like $2, and I ended up selling it for like $50.
Damn.
For the PlayStation 3, like, the PlayStation 3 Rock Band stuff it's really weird. Like, Rock Band 3 for the PlayStation 3, like, only use like a special dongle. So, like, any of their wireless stuff is really difficult to sell because you need the dongle also. So, like, you could probably, like, even if you looked at dongles right now, it's like $50 for just the dongle, and then another $50 for the guitar.
Wow.
So it's really weird. I picked up like a Beatles Rock Band, the Paul McCartney bass, and that one sold for like $80 because it's just a rare limited edition one.
You just got a plethora of peripherals.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's something that, like, because, like, I've been trying to, like, sell some games and stuff like that because like, I wanted some really crazy expensive video games, and I just couldn't justify the cost, because, I mean, stuff is expensive. And, like, I mean, like, I got this game here, Bubble Bobble 2, and yeah, like, so, I mean, that's something that, like, without going to Goodwill and selling games and stuff like that, I don't think I would be able to justify the cost.
Yeah, that's a big ticket item. BB2.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know if you guys saw. Oh, I know Gage didn't see this comment. Johnny Thislam, he wants a Leisure Suit Larry version of Cheers. I laughed pretty good at that.
I think they're working on that right now.
Yeah, and the first episode is and they leave chairs to go to Chuck E. Cheese's to see like Leisure Suit Larry's child, one of his children, his illegitimate children. Yeah. Well, I guess for E3, what I'm expecting to see is a lot of buzz around the virtual reality games. Everybody that's put on the new Oculus Rift, I haven't tried it yet. The one that isn't version 2, it's what are they calling it? Sand Dune or something like that. It's
DX2 or something.
I don't know. Because the 2 that are out, this third one just blows it away, supposedly. Like
That's because they use the new Samsung phone, which is like a 4K display. So
that'll do it. One of my friends, a company that I advise, his name is Alejandro. He was just at F8, and so he's like went over to the Oculus booth and tried it out. And he said it was a simulator where you're on top of a building, and he's like, I'm gonna go jump off the edge. So he starts walking towards the edge of the building, and they had a mat on the ground, so your feet line up. You look down, you see your feet, and you felt that there was a difference in height.
That would be, ugh.
He said he put his feet, and he's like, and he just jumped back, and the guy working the booth, he just starts laughing at him. He's like, it's pretty real, isn't it? He's like, man, I thought I was going to be able to do this because I kept telling myself in my mind that, you know, it's just fake, and I'm just going to jump off this to see what happens. But he's like, I was totally immersed by it.
yeah, and that's
I'm pretty
gonna be the
excited
future
for
of
that.
Virtual reality alcohol is the future.
Yeah, virtual reality. Okay, so I've been reading a lot of books the last few months, and one I'm reading right now is called Ready Player One, and it's about like a virtual reality simulation. Is like it's the future. The world's like gone down the shitter, and so everyone pretty much spends all their waking time in what's called the Oasis, and it's pretty neat reading it. Thinking like, oh, this is pretty much where the world's going. They're gonna have a breakthrough, and we're just gonna all plug in every day and run around virtual worlds. I don't know. Seems like it might work all right though.
Yeah, I like the animes about that. That first one, man, the Escaflowne song just came in my head, and I was like, you're just ruining it right now. Christ, it was on Adult Swim even. Dot hack signed.
Yeah.
And they came out with the video games and stuff. And looking back in retrospect, that was pretty crappy anime. But there was one that was just a movie, and my buddy J-Mo let me borrow it, and it was super impressive.
Yeah, those dot hack video games too. Like they're it's a cult favorite. And like it's pretty interesting to see them. It's like you log in and everything like that. It's like all virtual reality running around. So it's an interesting game type, and they're just super popular right now as well.
That's crazy.
I think virtual reality and my next big thing that I'm really looking forward to is Star Citizen. I think, and this is my hope and my opinion is that Star Citizen is going to be the next big kind of MMO, maybe not quite the next WoW, but I think if they can even deliver a fraction of what they've promised, it'll be a pretty awesome game. I mean, it's beautiful. Like from what little I've played of it, it's awesome.
Oh, you have played some of it?
Yeah, I pledged a few months ago, and I'm actually re-downloading it right now because they've updated it, and I want to check it out. But it's just a good-looking space flight simulator. It's kind of a loose simulator, really, but I mean, you can be a cargo carrier. You might want to be a dogfighter or whatever. You can do whatever as far as ships go, but it's gonna have like a persistent universe. I don't know. It's gonna work, I think.
Oh my god, the shit that comes out of Johnny's mouth is just mind melding to me sometimes. This one, it feels like it just came out of my brain. I always dreamt of playing virtual reality games since I was a kid, and seen First Kid on the Disney Channel. Who would who wouldn't want to be Sinbad's sidekick as a kid? I thought I could find the name of this movie easily, and there's just no chance.
What movie are you trying to find?
The one that I was talking about, the anime.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know much about anime. Ask Jason.
Ghost in the Shell was a pretty good one. But I don't even know if that's even right close to what you're looking for.
No, this was only a movie. It was just a movie, wasn't a series. Psychopaths is pretty neat. I started watching that. That's for a whole other conversation. Oh, the most recent one I watched all the way through was like this. Man, I can't remember the names of anything. I'm the worst at telling lore. I think that's why I'm a storyteller. I'm just like, it was like this. It had this prison in it, and this kid had these powers, and this guy showed up, and the kid didn't know he had powers, and he just destroyed his classroom. And then he went to prison, and they had to battle people in prison, and then it just ended.
I don't know.
Never
Doesn't
know my
sound...
lore.
Know your law.
Know your lore. Well, dudes, we are about an hour in. Anything else you want to add?
No, I don't know. I think of plenty of things whenever we're not live, and then as soon as we get live, I forget.
Yep, just write them down. So then we did pretty good for content for an hour.
Yeah,
I
you
think we
just
did pretty good.
Wow.
bullshit for an hour. I can do that.
Yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. And if you're listening to this on a podcast, thanks for listening to it. This is epicpowergaming.com. I am one of your hosts, Jared Epicpower. We've got... You guys can introduce yourselves so your names match up.
Rage Riley, Stalinsaurus.
My name is Nick. I'm in Starship WAG 317.
Yeah, we all got 3 names. Just we're so conflicted. All right, this is episode 1. Out.